You think about our little character here on the film timeline. Now we have our backstory set. You understand who you are. You understand where you've been. But what do you do in this moment, in this scene? How do you respond to what's happening to you right now in the present? So I have a lot of respect for all the different crafts of filmmaking, and I've had the opportunity to do a number of them. I have not acted in a long time. I did on my first feature film, and I did like in high school and things growing up. And it's very challenging, and I don't particularly like it because you don't have any control over the circumstances. You're just are who you are, you're in that moment, and you have to respond to everything in real time. There's the makeup people making you up, there's the hair people, there's the wardrobe people, there's the stunt coordinator, there's the director, there's the camera guys asking you to just move a little bit. There's so much chaos happening that you're trying to respond in real time to these things. So the film that I acted in was a movie called Pendragon that we shot in 2006, 7, and 8. And I played the lead actor, this sort of King Arthur hero character. So the one challenge is, in addition to wearing the actor hat, I was also running production design, and I was also the special effects coordinator. So I learned a lot about how to work with fire. There was a retired policeman from my church who got me these 2 giant propane tanks and like this 10-foot long barbecue grill bar that, when you open it up, you could have flames shooting like 10 feet in the air. But then at other times, we would need to have little fire effects spread out all over our medieval set. So I realized if you dump gasoline into a container and you put a match on it, it just blows up. But if you throw a match into a can of diesel, then it just goes out. So what you need is kind of around a 50-50 spread between gas and diesel. And then you can be fully costumed. You can lay out all your pans. You can take a lighter. You can run by and light them all. And then when the camera goes, you can turn back and run past all the flames that are flaming. So needless to say, I'm trying to focus on acting and trying to focus on running the special effects at the same time without killing myself or somebody else. And I accidentally, I forgot to tell you this, we used aluminum pans because they cool almost immediately once the gas and diesel burn out. And then you can just grab them, refill them, and put them back. So usually if you wait about 30 seconds, they're cool. But I made the mistake of immediately grabbing a burning hot, like it's gone out for just a few seconds, and I got these giant burns on my fingers. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm trying to act, I'm trying to do all my jobs, I'm trying to live in the moment and be present for the scene. Or should I run to the ER and get some burn cream? Now the problem is it's like 3 a.m., so everything's closed. So what we decided to do is just use some of Mrs. Eddy's essential oils. We'll just put it on my scene, and hopefully that'll cover what we need, and we can get through till the morning. So we go through the shoot. Now it's 5:30 a.m. The sun's come up, so you can't film anymore. So I hop in the car, and my mom drives me to the clinic. I'm still wearing my medieval pants and my red tunic and my hair and my makeup on my face. So I sit down, and the nurse is like, okay, so tell me what happened. It's like, so I grabbed a aluminum pan that the fire had just, can I get some burn cream? She's like, uh-huh. And was there alcohol involved? It's like, no, please just give me the burn cream and let me go. Anyway, living in the moment as a character in your story, all the chaos, all the things that are swirling around you, how do we do that? How do we survive? God gives us a lot of help. Some principles: rejoice. Psalm 118:24 says, "This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." How many times have you had a cheerful friend who, you're trying to be grumpy, and they get it right up in your face and they say, rejoice and be glad. This is the day the Lord has made. I'm going to be your friend who's doing that to you right now. You all have challenges. You all have dreams that you came to this conference with, projects you want to do, people you want to meet, things you want to get done. And you can feel the weight and the pressure and the stress and the frustration of everything in your life's timeline. But today, right now, is a good day. The Lord made this day. He loves you. Just take a minute to rejoice and practice that habit every day. You will find that your present goes better. Hebrews 3:13 says, "But encourage one another daily as long as it's called today, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness." Stephen Kendrick once taught me a lesson about how can you tell if someone needs encouragement. He said, if they're breathing, right? Everybody around you all the time needs encouragement. Today, you need encouragement. So be someone who is walking around sharing God's love and encouraging others, and you will see that encouragement come right back around to you. Matthew 6:11, in the Lord's Prayer, Jesus teaches us to pray, give us today our daily bread. Depend on God for your needs today. Ephesians 5:16 says, make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. So I use the word maximize. Look around for the opportunities you have. Don't be worried about all of the other ones. Look at what you have right here today and maximize what God has given you in your circle of influence. And do that for his glory and for the good of the people around you. Watch and wait. Exodus 14:13. Moses and the people of Israel are standing on the edge of the Red Sea, and the Egyptian army is hammering towards them with thousands of chariots and soldiers. They are in a panic moment. What does God tell them to do? He says, fear not, stand firm, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. The Egyptians who you see today, you will never see again. Do you believe that God is working for you today, right now, in your circumstance? Do you have an Egyptian army charging down on you? I don't have an Egyptian army charging down on me, but I got a lot of pressures on my life right now today. Take a minute to pop your head up out of the chaos that you're in and look around and watch your Heavenly Father at work. Abide. In John 15, Jesus says, abide in me and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. What are you trying to get done? What are you trying to do today? Well, if you're doing it apart from Jesus, it is a complete waste of time. You will not be able to do anything apart from him. This is a lesson that has been hard for me to learn because I love progress. The people who work with me know that I will often cast a vision for something and want to run right out and launch it and get it moving and make it happen. And we don't have any time to wait. We don't have any time to slow down. But Jesus says, no. I want you to slow down. I want you to take time today to be with me and to let my love fill you and to let my heart become your heart and take that time to sit with Jesus in his presence and then accomplish something. Because without him, you will do nothing. But with him, you will accomplish much fruit. And sometimes that fruit looks different from what you were planning to do on your own. Sometimes Jesus changes your heart, and Jesus changes your circumstances, and Jesus changes those things. But where would you rather be? Out on your own doing a project without him, or right there with him where he's called you to do? Learn to abide every day.